Hello. All right. Here we are. Mini episode number 4. A nice another Halloween one. Or this one, it's not so much Halloween. You saw the title of it, so you guys know it's trolls. I feel like trolls, they're definitely a fall type of thing, just because they're from like European folklore and they live in the woods and shit. And they're just kind of like nature beings. So I feel like it's a fall type of thing, or maybe winter fall. But that's kind of where we are. If you Eh, it's not quite November yet. We're almost to like that winter fall time. But up here in Minnesota, shit is autumnal. It's autumnal as hell, dude. I can barely talk right now. I just ate so much fucking food. Because I was like, because I have a test today and I've been like dieting down. But I was like, fuck it. I might as well like eat a big like brunch. So I'm nice and energized for this test. And I think I think that's a mistake, dude. I think it's just gonna make me more tired. Maybe if I ate just not pure carbs, I'd be less full. But dude, I'm so full right now. I'm a fucking tick, dude. I'm about to pop. But yeah, mini episode number 4. So 4-month anniversary episode also. And I know I got excited about this last time, and I know it was dumb last time, and it's dumb this time. But we got another Spotify follower. Look, I promise I'm not like looking at the analytics. It's just whenever I open the website, it like the page it shows me is like it shows me how many followers and how many listeners I have. And so that's how I know that we got another follower. And I know it's either a bot or one of my friends, but still, I'm fucking, you know what I mean? It's just I don't know, something about it. It's like that's what they talk about when they're like social media tricks your brain. It's like I know it's completely meaningless. It doesn't affect my life at all, but I'm still excited about it. This is some Black Mirror shit, dude. Spotify is Black Mirror. This website that I use to record it is very Black Mirror-esque. Like the whole it's all in black and white. Just weird. I don't know where I was going with that, but things that happened this week. And if you don't know, the mini episodes are really they're not as informational as the regular episodes, but they're just kind of me like ranting and raving. It's like my InfoWars. Um, Dude, I'm gonna let out a vicious burp during this, and I'm not gonna have time to mute the mic. It's gonna be fucking just keep the volume low, just in case that happens, dude. Or I'll let out like a bunch of little burps. You know those like little burps you do, like the like it's almost like a cough. I might let out like the gas is like leaking out slowly, all the air in your stomach. But I'm a vicious. I always burp so much when I eat. I am a troll. I think that's why I chose the topic. Like subconsciously, I know I'm a troll. I live alone in the woods, or I want to. That's the ideal life. I eat like a fucking savage. I hate sunlight. Dude, I might be a troll. I might be a troll for real. I got a big pot belly, dude. I'm a troll. I think I'm realizing it. I think that's why I like trolls so much. Um, but yeah, I guess this is a Halloween episode. Kinda. It's a creature feature. It's a fun, mythical creature feature. And I think in the last episode, dude, when I was talking about the vampires, I should have like just pretended like vampires are real. I think that would have been like more entertaining. You know what I mean? So I think that's what I'm gonna do for this trolls episode. From now on, dude, trolls are real. Honestly, they could be, dude. The way they talk about them, the trolls could be real. But trolls are sick. I'm trying to think about things that happened this week. Dude, it's look, like I said, this is my InfoWars episode. So you guys are just gonna have to deal with that. But I have this class, this environmental problems and policies class, because I'm an environmental studies major, and we always talk about ecofeminism, and it's just funny to me. So like the whole point of ecofeminism is that um ecological like malpractice or disasters or whatever affect women more. And so we were talking about like logging and forestry, and the professor was like, women traditionally, their role is to care more about the forest or something like that, or like women inherently, because of culture or whatever, care more about the forests. And I feel like when people like talk about that shit and like say that shit, they feel like they're like fighting for women's rights or whatever. They're like elevating women, and it's to me. And look, I'm not trying to convince anyone of any opinion. I just thought this was funny. It's like in my mind, I was like, you're kind of doing the opposite. Like if women are just like inherently like more caring and they have like a stronger moral compass and are willing or like know always know what is right to do, and these problems are still happening, it's like I feel like it's like a condemnation of women. Right? I didn't like put that the best, but you guys know what I mean. It's like women inherently are more moral and more just. That's the idea that they're proposing. And it's like, well, if that's true, then they're just letting this happen. You know what I mean? Whereas like it's like us dudes, dude, we're just fucking retarded savages. We don't know. But these chicks do know, and they're doing nothing about it. It's like there's a comedian named Ryan Foster who's he's funny as fuck, dude. You wouldn't think it by looking at him. You think he'd be like an insufferable asshole, but he's funny as fuck. And he has this bit about how like dudes commit school shootings because they don't get pussy, and so women could stop all school shootings, but they don't. And that's the funniest thing I've ever said on this podcast, and I stole it from him completely. But I thought it was like kind of like that. You know what I mean? Like if women are like so, I don't know. Look, it was a shitty joke, kind of a funny idea. If I was funny, that would have been funny. Um, and speaking of forest, dude, we're talking about trolls this episode. I'm gonna get into trolls just off rip, dude. Um, and we might get a little poem. You guys might get a reading of a poem. And I've got to practice, dude. I've got to practice my reading on mic because I can read. I can't really read that good in my head. It's just I know that when I read poorly, I get the gist of the. There's the first burp, dude. Yeah, it's gonna be a bunch of quiet little burps, but when I read, I like even if I like skip over some words or like don't know exactly what the words mean, I still get the idea. But like that doesn't work when you're reading out loud to like other people. So there might be a little poem, a little troll poem that I read. Um, or there might not. I don't know. I'll probably forget. I'll probably start talking about abortion or something, like slavery, like I always fucking do, and forget to read the troll poem. Dude, fuck. If someone at my school finds this, it's all jokes. All right. So trolls. I didn't know this about trolls. So trolls are like they're pretty Scandinavian in nature. Like, of course, like in contemporary times, everyone knows about everything, but apparently they are Scandinavian, like trolls. You know what I mean? But so in early Scandinavian folklore, trolls are unhelpful to humans and they live in like rocky mountainous areas. So they're not like malicious or anything. And I maybe should have looked up what trolls do, but it just kind of seems like they do a few things. It's not like with the vampires where it's like they consistently like they're always doing bad things. Like some trolls are just kind of like mischievous little dudes, whereas the other guys are like they'll fucking fuck you up, chase you, kill you. You know what I mean? They seem to be not the best of people, but it's like all trolls are like pretty much in myth or not in myth. No, trolls are dumb. I forgot. We're doing trolls are real. So they're just kind of like dumb. So it's like, can you really? I think it's like a dog chasing the mailman. If like a troll like tries to kill you, because it's like that's his forest, dude. He lives there. So I don't know. Maybe they're not malicious. Isn't that? I think that's what like the Lord of the Rings show is about. It's like about how orcs aren't evil or something, which I feel like in the movies the orcs were like just made to be pure evil. But I don't know. Maybe in the books they're not evil. Fuck. God damn it. I was trying to. Yeah. That's just boring talk. I'm trying to get away from like the boring, just like expounding on like dumb ideas. I'm trying to be either funny or informative. Because I feel like both of those things are like decently entertaining either way. But I don't know. Also, I don't really have to entertain anyone. Um, Trolls, dude. Trolls are probably funny as hell. They probably just fart and burp constantly, dude. I want to chill with trolls. God damn it, I'm a troll at heart. I don't care what anyone says. I'm not a human anymore. You know how like there's people that like think that they're vampires or that like inside they're a wolf or whatever, dude. That's how I am with trolls. Like I'm a troll, like a furry, but with trolls. Like I fully believe. I just want to drink mead and sit by a campfire, dude, and stay up all night. Um, but later, and I think they said it was like due to Christianity or something. I don't know, something like that. Trolls became a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more malicious in nature, which I mean, I just don't believe. I just, maybe Christianity says that, but I do not believe that trolls are malicious, dude. I think they're just kind of dumb. They might be mischievous, but not like full on malicious, right? It's like, look, every once in a while, a mischievous kid is gonna like burn down his house by sticking a fork in the outlet or something. That's how I imagine trolls. It's like, dude, honestly, just don't fuck with them. You know what I mean? Or they could be evil, dude. I don't know. I've never met a troll. I've met a lot of people that look like trolls. Never met a troll. And if you were wondering what trolls look like, usually look pretty similar to humans. They might have some exaggerated features. Some are really big, some are really small, some are human sized. But yeah, they kind of look like humans with like some exaggerated features. Usually got some crazy hair. You know what I mean? That's why those troll dolls look like that. Which, by the way, dude, I think that might be troll racism. Those troll dolls. It's like that's like troll like blackface. I think it's like, dude, that's not what a troll looks like. You're like artificially exaggerating all these things. Even though I've never met a troll, never seen a troll, we don't have trolls, dude. Why are all like the European like dudes like pretty chill? Like even a vampire, you can still kill a vampire, dude. The ones we got in North America, dude, these things are fucked. Do you guys know what a Wendigo is? Man, fuck that shit. A skinwalker? You know what these things are? Dude, I'm not even gonna. Apparently, you're not even supposed to say the name, but those guys are fucking evil. And in Scandinavia, they have trolls. The trolls are just chilling, dude. They're just drinking beer, sitting by a campfire, chasing people, having a good fucking time. This dude's trying to eat my fucking face off, dude. That's what we're stuck with. What else do we have here? Bigfoot. I guess Bigfoot's pretty chill, but allegedly Bigfoot's like traveling through time and stuff, or like traveling through dimensions or something. That's what the hood's saying, man. I'm just letting the streets talk. This is just the streets right now. I talked with the streets earlier, and this is what they're saying about Bigfoot. So I'd just keep that in mind if you ever fucking spot one, dude, because it could just be a regular ape person thing, which we've all experienced, or that fucker could grab your ass, take you to the shadow realm, dude. So I'd leave the Bigfoots alone. Maybe that's why they say there's no pictures of them, dude. And I think Bigfoots could kind of be like troll-esque, but that's like the floor of like their intelligence and their powers. I think at their height, dude, we're talking like alien shit. Like they could just be like chill ass Chewbacca's that just sit by campfires and like eat fucking big ass turkey legs and shit, or they could be beyond our comprehension. But yeah, I think I prefer trolls over Bigfoot. I think trolls, now that I've really read into them, did the research, trolls might be my favorites. Like goblins are just they're too shifty for me. You know what I mean? They're too Jewish for me, you know? It's I don't know if you guys have heard that, but people like, dude, J.K. Rowling's getting fucked right now. Like apparently J.K. Rowling's she's the worst of everything. She's anti-Semitic, racist, sexist, all that shit. But they're saying that the goblins in Harry Potter are supposed to be Jews. And it's like, dude, I've read the Harry Potter books. I've read all of them. I've also read, I think, the Fantastic Beasts. I've read one of those, but or no, I read the play. Whatever the Harry Potter play was, I read that book. Dude, you don't know how bad it gets. There's literally this creature with a big long nose and like curly black hair that like sniffs out gold coins, dude. You thought the goblins were the Jews? No, the goblins are just whoever. She just put that there. The Snuffler or whatever it's called, the Sniffler, that's who you want to look out for, dude. That's the real one. I don't believe in the Sniffler, by the way. I believe in trolls, maybe vampires. I don't believe in the Sniffler or whatever he's called. But trolls, I mean, if you've seen the movies, you know they're not the brightest of people, but they make up for it. You know what I mean? In Scandinavian folklore, they're often associated with rocks. So I guess, yeah, if you haven't heard this about trolls, the sunlight hits them and they turn to stone, which is kind of like our last dudes, the vampires. But instead of turning to ash or to smoke or whatever, they turn into stone, which is pretty sick. And so in Scandinavia, there's like a bunch of, I guess if you like see a rock, people are like, or like a rock that just like seems a little bit out of place for whatever reason, people are like, dude, that's a troll that got hit by the sunlight. And they like make up stories about how like someone tricked the troll into coming out, or like the troll like I know one of them for a fact is a troll saw someone he wanted to fuck and was so horny he ran out into the sunlight and turned to stone, which is kind of like the Nosferatu thing. Like Nosferatu's only weakness is like drinking the blood of a woman who's pure of heart until the sun rises and kills him. So, I mean, not far off, dude. Trolls are, and you know, but that's just like the general downfall of dudes, like as a whole. It doesn't just apply to trolls and vampires, dude. Horniness, dude. I feel like all the worst decisions have been made for the sniz. You know what I mean? I feel like that. I almost just said something about Hitler that was pretty funny, but I'm not gonna say it. You know what I mean? But let's just say all the worst decisions throughout time have been made for the sniz, dude. Or trying to get away from it. You know, trying to get away from your wife. Like all those astronauts that died in space. You think they had like happy home lives? No, they were like, Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Yeah, just strap me to a fucking rocket and shoot me into the sky. I don't care. Get me away from this chick, dude. Or something like that. I don't know. Trolls could never fly on a rocket though, dude. They're too earthly. They're too connected to the earth, at least in my opinion. And they live in small family groups. From what I read, it seems like they live in like mother and son or father and daughter. So I don't know if I believe that. For me, I think trolls are just like living with their families. Then eventually they just get kicked out the nest and they got to wander around until they find another troll. That's As an expert in troll behavior, I'd say that's the truth. I couldn't really find anything about where they live or like do they make homes or whatever. But I imagine, dude, that they got like a decent setup. Like even if it's just a lean-to, I feel like they're chilling. You know what I mean? Trolls are definitely smart enough to do that, and they got like hands and stuff. Um, at least it looks like they have hands. Yeah, wild hair. I'm just looking at paintings of trolls right now. Some people do think trolls are massive. I don't believe that. I think a troll is maxing out at around like 15 feet in height. Like there are people that like think trolls are the size of a mountain. I'm gonna come right out and say that's not true. Um, they're probably like, yeah, like 15 feet tall, maybe. But there's also like those little guys, the little fucking the chihuahuas of trolls, the ankle biters, the guys that steal your left sock or whatever. You know what I mean? So, um, yeah. And there's not just Scandinavian trolls, but like those are like the most famous. But across like all cultures, trolls are like pretty heavily associated with untamed nature. So, at least in like European folklore. And look, I think they only live in Europe. I think this is a European-based creature. I don't think it's like vampires. Like vampires, they were saying everybody's got their own type. I think this is just like a European creation, which kind of sucks. Because like I was saying, dude, I love these guys. They're pretty chill. I might be like an ambassador for trolls. I wonder, as I was saying that, like I was thinking, like I speak for the trolls. Is the Lorax? Is he a troll? What is he? Or is he just like a creation of like the schizophrenic mind of Dr. Seuss? That dude was crazy, by the way. I don't know if you guys know. All like those crazy creatures and stuff, he would do like taxidermy of those things, like using real animal parts, which is like kind of psychotic. Just like taking a real animal, but I don't know. I guess no. I was gonna say I guess it's like the same as like if someone threw away like food or like meat, you'd be like, that's disrespecting the animal's life, but it's really not. Because like that's just like you view that as food. You don't view that as like part of an animal. Always. Sometimes if you get really high and you're like you'll eat like some beef jerky or whatever, and you'll be like, dude, at one point this was part of a living creature, and this is what became of it, and it trips you out a little bit. Maybe that's just me, dude. I don't know. Maybe that's not the most relatable experience, but that's happened to me on more than one occasion. So I'll say that. But yeah, Dr. Seuss was a psychopath. I'm pretty sure he left his wife who was like dying of cancer or something. But that's also in the 60s. If you put that in like the context of the time, like the 50s and 60s, dude, it was like a bitch could get her ass beat for some cold meatloaf. So, I mean, if she was gonna die anyway, I'm not defending Dr. Seuss. I'm just saying, in the context of the time, I I feel like far worse happened. He probably also paid the bills to. I'm not defending it, like I said, but I don't know. But I feel like trolls maybe are like a decent Dr. Seuss animal. I don't know how well they'd fit in because they're kind of humanoid. Dude, I'm gonna make a confession. I've always been fucking terrified of like Dr. Seuss. It's like when people talk about Uncanny Valley, to me, like pretty much everything Dr. Seuss makes is like the peak of that. And also, when I was a kid, I was like, dude, I must have been really young if I was still watching like old Dr. Seuss movies. But dude, I watched it was like Green Eggs and Ham, and it was made in like the 70s or whatever. And I didn't realize how recently that was, but I was just thinking like, dude, everyone who did this is now dead. And I was just thinking about how like time, the unstoppable passage of time, dude, I must have been really young when that happened. But it like tripped me out. I don't even know how I knew about death yet. Uh, Maybe one of my dogs had died at that point, but still, I don't know how I knew. But it tripped me the fuck out, and ever since then, dude, even like the modern remake of the Lorax, or I'll tell you what fucked me up. In first grade, our class like got a prize or whatever, and we got to watch Horton Hears a Who. That shit fucked me up tremendously. Cause I was just thinking, dude, I was like, holy shit, we're just like on a speck of dust floating through space. And like that realization for a first grader like hit me so hard. I was like, I'm so insignificant. Everyone I know is so insignificant, and it tripped me the fuck out. Now I'm a grown man, and I realize I don't care, motherfucker. I ain't never had no pumpkin pie, bitch. I don't give a fuck. But yeah, I had a lot of weird existential crises when I was a kid. I guess it's good that I got that out the way, because now, dude, if I had to like deal with that shit now, or even when I got older, like every time you smoked weed, it would be ruined by the fact that you're like thinking about death and shit. But now I'm like, dude, death, yeah, fucking whatever, it's gonna happen. Which probably not the best way to look at it. Probably not. If a fucking psychology nerd was listening to this, they'd be like, "Oh, well, actually, you're supposed to view death." Shut the fuck up, dude. Your hero is Sigmund Freud, dude. That guy wanted to suck his mom's tits, dude. Wanted to eat her eat her pussy. I'm not taking shit from you, dude. If that guy's your hero, fuck you. Um, Honestly, dude, this that's not even the worst tangent. If this is your first time listening to the mini episode, that's not even the worst tangent I've gone on. Um, Modern trolls don't exist in Scandinavia due to church bells and lightning strikes. So apparently, trolls are like kind of related to giants somehow, and Thor does not like giants, and he's always throwing lightning bolts at them, allegedly. And so, I guess when he does that, he throws lightning. It like stuns it like kills the trolls or turns them into rocks or whatever. So, and also church bells. I don't know if it didn't say if the church bells scare them off or if it kills them. I imagine it just kind of scares them off, like generally. They could be taking them out the game, you know what I mean? But I think it just scares them off. Although it could be turning them to stone, dude. We don't know. Maybe I'll change my major. Get interested in trolls. You can definitely do that, dude. At a liberal arts college, you can get a fucking degree or whatever in whatever. They definitely give me a degree in troll hunting, 1,000%. Um, but dude, I gotta step my game up. I gotta fucking yeah. And this is some shit that like science says, but some people think that troll stories come from early interactions of humans and Neanderthal. At that point, dude, it's same shit, different toilet. Like humans and Neanderthals at that point, I feel like it's the exact same. If it even was different. But yeah, when I like read that, I started thinking about this shit. God damn, we only got 4 minutes left. I'm gonna talk about sea apes for about 30 seconds. So apparently, some people think humans and like our proximity to the sea is like what made us like bipedal and develop like super dexterous hands, like having to like walk through like tides and stuff and pick like shellfish up and try to like finesse our way through it. That's what made us like bipedal and have like super, yeah, dexterous hands. I thought that was sick, dude. I've always wondered, why don't we have more like cool ocean animals? I hate the ocean, so it like I have a love-hate relationship with the ocean. I like the shallow ocean. Open ocean, dude, if I even think about it for more than 2 seconds, I literally like get the shakes. I go every time I think about it. But like shallow ocean, dude, I want a monkey that has like a big like flat like a beaver tail and webbed hands. Why don't we have anything like that, dude? Someone get on this. People are talking about bringing dinosaurs back from the dead, dude. If I had access to that kind of technology, I'd be making shit you'd never even think of, bro. Sea monkeys, obviously number one, dude. What else would I make? I'm bringing the dodo back. I'm making like some kind of crazy ass bird. You know what I mean? I'm probably making a seabird, to be honest. Like a bird with like not like a fucking penguin, dude. I'm talking like some real shit. I'm talking like a bird with some big ass wings that like flaps through the ocean. That's what I'm making. Obviously, I'm making trolls. Cause look, I know it sounded like I believed in them. I don't believe in trolls. You give me access to that DNA equipment, though, dude. I'm making trolls. I'm figuring out some way to bring those boys to life because I love them. Those are my brothers. You understand me? I feel like this episode, maybe not great, maybe not horrible, but this next one, if I do what I'm planning on doing, which is like a short story, or like I go over the short story and talk about the themes of it, it's probably not going to be great. But look, I feel like that's like a good episode concept to be able to like pull out. So I feel like I just got to do it, have a couple bad ones of that, of like telling like a short story and talking about the themes. Or like I've been thinking about doing that with Black Mirror because like Black Mirror, like every episode's a different story. Been thinking about doing it with that. But yeah, that's probably what we're gonna do for next episode. It's probably gonna be 90% me, just going war mode, going info wars on them. But yeah, that's all I've got, dude. It's all I've got regarding trolls. I love these guys though. Not troll dolls, obviously, but regular, like a good old classic troll. I like that. You like that? I like that. But trolls are sick as hell. Um, if you know one, let me meet him, dude. But yeah, that's all I've got for trolls. Um, happy Halloween Eve. Which, by the way, I didn't know if you guys knew this, but I thought today was All Hallows Eve and tomorrow was All Hallows Day. But apparently, All Saints Day is All Hallows Day, which I guess makes sense. But it's just, you don't put that connection together because, yeah, you think hallowed, like hallowed be thy name. And so they're saints, so hallowed be thy name, obviously. But I'm not the biggest All Saints Day guy. I'm more of an All Souls Day. But, and my nose always runs, dude. It's always like I swear to God, I'm not doing cocaine before these episodes, but my nose always ends up running. Yeah, that's all I've got. Hope everyone has a fantastic week. Rest of your week, rest of your day, wherever you are in time, rest of your life. And hopefully I'll see you guys on Sunday. And yeah, goodbye.